Hello, welcome to this Stay Head Stretch workout. We are going to begin down on the floor, do some great range of motion exercises to get ourselves started. Then we're going to come up to standing to do some great stretches from there. So let's get started. Grab your yoga block. We're going to put it right underneath us so we can have a tall seated posture. So sitting right up on top of that yoga block, and then feel free to have the feet forward of the hips like I have them here, or if it feels okay to the hips and the knees, tuck the feet in nice and close and let the hands rest comfortably on your knees and grow the spine long and tall. Feel the head pressing back over the shoulders. Let the eyes come closed. And as we get ourselves started, remember to tune in and let go of any busyness in the outer world. This is your time that you've carved out to stretch and take care of your body. So allow that nice deep breath in, let the belly expand. And exhale all that air back out. Again, inhale, full lungs. And a deep exhale. Feel the facial muscles relaxing, forehead, temples, cheekbones. Feel your eyes relaxing. Relax the jaw and the chin. Continue to notice the tall posture, the sternum lifting, the spine elongating. Allow your eyes to gently blink open. Isn't it nice just to take a minute of breath awareness to help us feel relaxed and calm? It feels so good. Sweep the arms up, bring the hands behind the head, lengthen out that spine tall, and look up. And then bring the elbows toward each other, around the spine, and tuck the chin. Again, open the elbows out and look up. And bring the elbows in as you round the spine and tuck the chin. Last time, open out. And bring it in. Bring the hands back down. Slip that block out from underneath. Set it aside. Scoot the feet forward of the hips a bit, crossing the ankles. You can widen the feet a little if you like. We're going to hold on to the knees and then just start to make some easy circular motions. So we'll just begin into some range of motion. And we're coaxing the body along as we get ourselves ready for deeper stretches. You can even close your eyes if you like and feel yourself flowing. Simple movements. Reverse the direction. Keep the breath moving. And back to the center position. We're going to bend the knees, feet are out in front, hands will be on the ground to your sides. Drop your knees to the right and then over to the left. Just let the knees fall from side to side. Good rotation for the hip joints, getting the low back awakened. Now we're going to add to this movement. So as you take the knees over to the right, reach your left arm back behind. And then come forward, and as the knees drop over to the left, reach the right arm back behind. And then keep going. Knees back over to the right, left arm reaches behind, knees over to the left, right arm reaches behind. Same pattern, keep going. And one more time all the way through. And then back to the center position. All right, lengthen out your legs along the mat. Point the toes forward, lengthen the spine. Just let the hands slide toward the toes, any amount, letting the chin drop, and then come right back up. Bring the hands behind, arc the spine, and look up. And then reach the hands toward the toes into that easy forward fold. Hands back behind, look up, stretch the spine, hands to the toes, forward fold. Keep going with this same pattern. Inhale, look up. Exhale, lower down. Feel the spine awakening. You may notice that the range of motion increases with each repetition. You're not trying to make that happen. You're just allowing the body to warm up and to move a little deeper in the positions as you feel like you're ready. Last one all the way through. And then release and swing your legs behind. Come onto hands and knees. From the tabletop position, move the knees wider than the hips, all the way out to the edges of your mat, and we're going to start to circle the hips. So this is one of my favorite range of motion exercises. So what we're doing is circling the hips, but we're also rounding and arcing the low back. So find that movement in the low back. So your low back is flexing and extending, or rounding and arcing. You're going to feel this in the abdominals. So use your belly muscles to help create that movement in the low back. Rounding, arcing. Elbows can bend and straighten as well. So it really feels like a full body movement. Reverse the direction. Keep breathing. Last couple of times, continue to round and arc the back while you circle. And then back to center position. Walk the knees in so the knees are hip width apart. Get the hands strong, gripping into the floor. Curl the toes under and lift the hips up toward the sky into your downward facing dog pose. Then we're going to walk out the legs. So one leg bends, the other one straightens, and you're going to feel that nice stretching sensation in the backs of the legs. Keep the belly pulled in. The head is relaxed. And keep bending and straightening through the legs. Three or four more times to each side. Keep it going. Bend, straighten. Bend, straighten. All right. Lower the knees down to the ground. And come off those wrists and give them a nice little shake out. Roll out the shoulders. All right, nice start. Let's come up to standing, and we're going to continue from there. All right, so standing position. We're going to continue to get some great stretch work. Lengthen out those legs into a straddle position. So get the feet out quite wide, and then feel the spine elongated. We're going to really use the belly muscles here to feel like the spine is elongated, and yet the low back is supported. So strong in the core, arms come up. We're going to simply reach over to the right. So you're going to immediately feel this great stretch all the way through the left side of your ribs and your sides. So lengthen it out, reach, lift, and take it over to the other side. So think about reaching toward the ceiling, and then notice that this lower arm here is going to want to tend to fall away from the ear. And if it does, that's okay, but try to keep it up close to the ear. You're really focusing on that right arm, stretching it and reaching it, so that top side. And then lift and lower the arms down. Give yourself some shoulder rolls. Okay, again, arms up, reach up and over toward your right. This time, let your right hand come down onto your leg. So we're going to really focus this time on that left side. So stretch it out. Keep reaching. You're going to feel this elongation coming to the ribs. This feels so good. Breathe. Now, holding this position, Let your head drop toward the ground. Little neck stretch there in addition to the rib stretch. Keep breathing. Keep reaching. You're going to find a way to deepen this side bend stretch. One more breath. Keep leaning over into it. And then all the way up. Oh, goodness, that feels fantastic. Other side. Right arm comes over. Left hand comes down onto the side of your leg. So start the reach. Think about reaching toward the ceiling first. And then that arm is going to kind of come over the ear, and you're going to feel the deeper stretch through the rib cage, under your armpit. The belly muscles strong. Then let your head drop, and you'll feel a little bit of a neck stretch. Keep breathing. Keep reaching. One more breath. Reach into it. And then all the way up and lower the arms all the way down. Shoulder rolls. Other direction. And then walk the feet in and give your legs a little shake. All right, legs out wide again. This time, hands start by your sides. The right arm is going to reach up and it's going to come behind the head. So you can have your hand behind the head or behind the neck, wherever it feels the most comfortable. Once again, get the belly engaged. This time we're going to add a twist. So lengthen up tall. And you're going to take that right elbow and twist, reaching that elbow back behind. And then look back to the elbow so your neck gets part of the stretch. Breathe. Look up all the way up toward that elbow and see if you can lift the elbow toward the ceiling while you're in this stretch. That elbow should be all the way back behind, pointing toward the back wall. And then come forward. Now the right elbow is going to come across, and you point the elbow in the opposite direction. Keep lengthened and tall. We're going to do it again. Same arm, reach it all the way back. Right elbow back, back, back. Back to the back wall, look back to the back elbow, keep lengthened through the spine, start to point the elbow toward the ceiling, look up. And then reach it all the way forward and all the way across. Keep tall. And then back to center and release, and we'll get the other side. Oh, I love that. It feels so good. Arm up, hand behind the head or behind the neck. Lengthen up tall and reach that left elbow back toward the wall behind. Turning, twisting. Keep tall, belly very active. Once you found this rotation, point the elbow up toward the ceiling and look up toward the elbow. Keep strong in the lower body. Keep breathing. And then come forward, reach that elbow all the way across to the other side. Stay tall. And then again, we'll do it one more time. Reach that elbow all the way back. Point the elbow behind. Look up, lift the elbow toward the ceiling. Deep breath. And then come back forward and reach the elbow all the way back across. Strong belly, lengthened spine, and then release back to center and walk the feet in. Give your legs a little shake out. And we're going to bring the legs out into our straddle position again. This time, point the right toes to face outward. And in this stretch, we want this leg relatively straight. If it bends a little, that's okay, but you want to keep it relatively straight. Bring the hands onto the hips, and then you're just going to lean out over that right leg, and then come right back up. So a little dynamic stretch to start. Lean, feel the stretch, come up. Lean, feel the stretch, come up. A couple more times. Think about your spine staying lengthened while you do this movement. And then last time, lean into it, pull the belly in, let the hand come down onto the shin, and your left arm comes behind your head or your neck. So a familiar position. Let the elbow press back. Squeeze your leg muscles tight. If you want it deeper, let the hand slide down your leg a little more. If you're looking for more challenge, you could even look up toward the ceiling. A little balance, so breathe into it. If you want even more, you can feel that hand sliding down your leg. Just only do that when your leg muscles are ready. And then press all the way back up. Awesome, awesome stretch there. Switching sides, turn the feet. Left foot turns, hands onto the hips. Lean straight out over the left leg and come back up. Now, as we do this movement, there's one thing to be cautious of, or conscious of, I should say. Don't lean forward of the legs like this. So you're leaning directly out over that left leg. So it's almost like you're leaning between two panes of glass. So just think about there being no way that you could lean forward and no way you could lean back. You're leaning straight over that left leg. All right, last time, lean into it and hold. Now squeeze your leg muscles tight. Let the left hand slide down your leg. Pull the tummy muscles in. The right hand comes behind the head or the neck. And then open your rib cage toward the ceiling. And you're really activating your legs. I feel like my belly is pulling in. My leg muscles are squeezing. And as the muscles are ready, you can slide the hand down the leg another 1/2 inch. And you can consider, if you want the challenge, to look up toward the sky. Now really breathe deeply. Stay with it. You've got this. And then push all the way back up. And square up the foot and walk the feet in. All right, these are some great standing stretches for sure. Let's do one more here from standing. So turn to face toward the front of your mat. And we're going to separate the feet a few inches. So there's at least 5 or 6 inches of space between my 2 feet. And then the right foot is going to step back. 1 step, 2 steps, and then you might consider stepping back just 1 more little step. So notice I've got plenty of space between the feet. So this stance here would be way too narrow. So step back pretty far. Then the back heel should be pressed into the ground. So you might have to turn the back heel to the inside of your stance a little to get the heel to ground. Hands are on the hips, lengthen the spine, lean forward, and come back up. Dynamic stretch, lean forward, come back up. So dynamic stretching, this is the safe way to get us into the pose. You're letting that muscle know where we're going, what we're doing. And then, of course, we're going to hold it. So let's go another couple of times with the movement. Keep the belly pulled in. Now let's come down and hold. Spine straight, legs straight. Now here, this front leg the front knee tends to lock out. So don't weight bear into that front leg. In other words, the front knee should feel like it's ever so slightly fractionally bent. And that way you know you're not locking that front knee. Now keep lengthening the spine. So think about how long you can make your spine in this stretch. We're going to hold here another couple of breaths. You may find that you can move into it just a little bit deeper without compromising the legs. So keep the legs straight, keep the spine straight. 1 more breath. And then slowly press all the way up. Hands to the hips, spine long, look up toward the ceiling. Look up, look up, look up. Point your chin toward the sky, look up. 1 more breath. And then release, and we'll step forward. And we'll get the other side. Left foot steps back. 1, 2, 3. So we've stepped back, but the feet are still offset. So that left foot is off to the left a little bit compared to the front foot. And that way we have a solid base. Lengthen the legs, lengthen the spine, dynamic stretch forward and up. So if you allow that front knee to bend too much, you'll lose some of the effect of the stretch. And yet you don't want to lock the knee. So it's not locked but not bent. So we're flowing, we're moving, we're breathing. A couple more. And then we're going to go down and hold. Feel your feet pushing into the ground. Pull the belly in. Now, oftentimes we'll jut the chin forward. I tend to do that myself. So if that's the case for you, tuck that chin in. Keep the legs straight, front knee not locked. We think of this as a stretch position, but you can feel a lot of strength work happening in your legs. Keep the belly pulled in. Lengthen the spine and see if you're ready to go a little deeper. Long, deep breath. Exhale, maybe go a little deeper. You've got this. Hold it another breath. And then push all the way to standing, nice and slow. Oh, fantastic. Legs straight, spine straight. Look up, tilt your chin toward the sky. Look up, look up, look up. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the chin, lengthen the chest. And then release and step forward out of that pose. All right, fantastic. Shake out the legs. Well, some great standing stretches there. Let's head back down onto the floor to finish up. All right, we're going to lengthen all the way out along the mat. So slowly lower yourself down. And once you're all the way down onto the floor, point the toes forward. Squeeze your leg muscles tight. Sweep the arms behind your head. Reach in both directions. Fingers reaching back, toes reaching forward. Stretch and reach. Give it a long, deep breath. And then bend up the knees and wrap the arms around the legs and squeeze in. And then bring your feet onto the ground with the knees bent. Walk your feet close together. Open the knees wide apart into our butterfly stretch. So the knees are opened wide, the soles of the feet are together. Reach your arms out directly away from the shoulders, and you're welcome to keep your arms here, or if you'd like additional stretch for the shoulders and the arms, bend the elbows and reach the arms back behind the head any amount. Now make sure that the arms and shoulders are comfortable. Your legs are comfortable. This is a passive stretch, so you shouldn't feel like you're having to put any effort into this position. Let your eyes come closed and continue to feel inner legs, chest, and shoulders relaxing deeply. Allow the belly to move freely to accommodate your breath. Belly rises as you breathe in. Belly falls as you breathe out. Continue to let your body relax. Muscles softening. Breath deepening. All right. Press the soles of the feet together. Slowly draw the knees back together. And then pull the knees into the chest and squeeze in. And then roll yourself all the way up to your upright seated position. And we are all done with our stretch workout for today. Nice job, and I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.